Hi, parents. This is Benna Colvin, your son or daughter's sixth grade math and science teacher. Tonight, I'm going to try to give you my first informational video on what math looks like in my classroom. Math has changed a bunch since I've been teaching it. At first, you just had to be able to crunch numbers, and now we're at a point in that you need to be able to not only crunch the number, but explain why you're doing it, how you're doing it, and all the steps in between. And that's really what the Common Core of math is. And so, what I wanted to do was share what it looks like and all of the strategies on how to do math in my classroom. So, you might hear your student talking about depth of knowledge, and what that is. It's I've taken all the math problems that we will accomplish this year, and I've separated them into the different depths of knowledge. And what a depth of knowledge is the kind of the complexity of a problem, ranging from basically crunching numbers with a depth of knowledge one to applying the math to their everyday life with a depth of knowledge four. And so, what a depth of knowledge sheet would look like, and these are, and what and I do is I give these to our students, but there is a link that has all of those depth of knowledge sheets on there in case your son or daughter has lost theirs. Is right here. This is what the sheet would look like, and here's our chapter one depth of knowledge sheet. And how this looks is that there's the one, two, threes, and fours, and I expect all students to be able to complete ones and twos. That's what I'll test them over, and so they're more than welcome to go above and beyond that, which is awesome. They should. I think that'll make them a better math student. But really accomplishing the ones and the twos is enough for the class. Um, with those, I check these things off. Those are worth 20% of the grade, although these will have a high influence on whether they're successful or not on a test. And so I'll sign off right here that they've accomplished those when they are neatly done. They've showed all their work, and they've checked their answer in the back of our textbook. So in order to accomplish these problems, these ones and twos, what they would need to be able to do is solve them. And there's different ways of solving them. I guess traditionally, what a math teacher would do is they'd go up to a board, they'd show how to do the problem, they'd open the textbook, and the students would do those. My classroom is not that traditional. How it looks is whatever your student needs for instruction, well, that's what their resource is going to be. So if we go back to that main page, I can explain what some of the resources would look like. All right. So back here, main page of my math, sixth grade math. One resource is me. I will give presentations, and certain students really respond well to this. Some students do not. And so I usually give about a 15 to 20-minute presentation. Students are welcome to come on over, look at and check this out. And what I'll do is I'll talk about, how to do the math problems, give some example problems, and do that, answer questions. That's one way. Another way is I have PowerPoints to all of the math. Every single math lesson that I give has a PowerPoint associated with it. So that's another resource that's available. I don't find this one gets used very often. Another resource would be the textbook. The textbook does a great job of explaining the math and giving some example problems, and has some really good highlighted words and things like that, and is pretty easy to navigate. This is an online textbook right here. So if your son or daughter does not want to bring theirs home, they can always use this one. But I would say that by far and away the number one resource that our students are really enjoying and using a lot is Khan Academy. And Khan Academy is fantastic. It's a series of videos that are instructional. Our students are pretty good technology wise, and this is something they're very comfortable with using. So if I click on here, what I have done is I have linked a Khan Academy video to every single lesson that we do. The hardest part of Khan Academy is figuring out what lesson goes with what video. And so I was able to go through and link for every single chapter a video that goes with it. And these are all instructional videos, and they're as well as practice problems. So if I click on, let's say, chapter 1, 1.1 right here, let's go with basic addition just because it's the first thing on there. So from here, they could click on a video, and this is an instructional video that they can start, stop, rewind, watch it over and over again, and they can figure out, all right, this is how I accomplish this type of problem. And let's say that they're at a point where, all right, I really feel like I'm comfortable solving this problem. What they can do is they can go over to these little star right here, and these are all practice problems. So they can practice away, and if they get it right, that's awesome. It gives them a little like smiley face or something like that, stars, fireworks. But if they get it wrong, it'll link it to instructions on, all right, what was their mistake and how to accomplish it and all of those things. So lots of resources in my class in order to accomplish. And so any given math lesson would look like is I would be presenting some information in one corner of the room. There would be students working on Khan Academy in another. There would be some students working out of a textbook. There might be a few students that are looking at some PowerPoint presentations on how to solve it. So there's options for every single one of these, for every single type of learner to figure out what they like, how they want to go about it, and everything. And so that really the whole goal tonight was, can you understand what math would look like in my classroom, as well as these are the resources that are available. So I hope that this was helpful, and if you still have any questions, feel free to email me, and I'd love to chat about other ways that I can help out. But for right now, hopefully this worked out, and I will be in touch with you guys soon. Thank you very much.